Hello everybody, it's Mad Petey, and I thought I'd show you a little bit of what I'm working on here and give you a sneak peek at my ad. It's not done yet. I got a lot of work to do on it still, but it's starting to look really cool, so I thought I'd share it with you all. Show you a little bit of what's going on here in the Mad Lab. Turn down some lights so that it show up better. Yeah, so that's what's going on here in the Mad Lab. Told you I do all my work in a truck. Bet you all thought I was kidding. But yeah, there's still a lot more work to go on in it. There's still some things missing, and it actually just cuts off like that because it's not done yet. The track actually goes on for another 4 minutes. It's just a guitar backing track. I'm waiting to see, trying to get my best friend to do some of his magic on the guitar. I mean, my buddy Joe, man, he taught me to play guitar, and anybody who plays guitar, when I tell you that he's one of the greatest guitar players in the world, unknown guitar players in the world, I'm not kidding. This guy is as fast as Kerry King, and I've heard him do things where he can mimic the style of Randy Rhoads in ways that, I mean, the guy's phenomenal. But right now he's on this death metal trip, and I mean, I just want him to do one track toned down. I mean, I would love to have his music on the back of this, because I mean, he taught me to play, and I only have my acoustic with me right now, and I can't do nothing to the caliber that I need for this video, and that's the closest I got. I put up an ad on Facebook for some garage bands, but nobody's offered up anything yet, so I don't know. I'm probably just gonna have to stick with this generic guitar track. But if somebody, it's there on Port Orange, Daytona, Swip Swap, same place where I put the ad where I got a lot of this stuff from that I did for people. And that's kind of the tone I'm looking for. I mean, it could be punky, it could be even more heavy metal, but it has to be something that, it has to be able to appeal to the masses. I mean, I like heavy metal. I love heavy metal. I've always listened to heavy metal, and when my buddy's playing his heavy metal and death metal, I get it. I completely get it. But I'm trying to make this ad that it's going to be worldwide, and some people, when they hear that, they just think noise. So it has to be something with it has to be toned back a little bit to more like that. I mean, it could still be I like I like a lot of indie bands too. I mean, in Florida, I love M99. They're one of them bands where I'm always there checking out their stuff, and then I'll redo a picture and send it to them. And as a matter of fact, out here in California where I am right now, there's a band called Nightclub. And I've actually redone a couple of their videos, and I'm always redoing pictures of her, and I mean, they're awesome. They're amazing too. And then I like the big groups too. I grew up on Motorhead and Megadeth and Metallica, but I also grew up on the classic rock and southern rock sound. Up in New York, we had this station called PDH, and I listened to them from the time they came on the air in 1978 up until the time I moved down here to Florida. Over 20 years I listened to them. And so definitely want a rock and roll sound backing this, but it just can't be over the top metal. I mean, if I could put a Slayer soundtrack behind this, I would. But it's just not appropriate for what I'm trying to do here. Just nothing against it, because like I said, I mean, if I could get away with it, I would put a Slayer soundtrack behind this, or I would definitely put a Motorhead soundtrack behind this. I mean, Lemmy's one of my bass guitar heroes. I mean, I play guitar, I play bass guitar, and I mean, Stevie Ray Vaughan and David Gilmour are my guitar gods, and Geezer Butler is definitely my bass guitar god, but I would say probably I really can't think of anyone else other than Lemmy that I would even start to put up there, you know, for bass guitar. Drums, you know, I mean, in all honesty, I'm one of them people that recognize Phil Collins from when he used to play drums, and he's definitely one of the greatest drum players in the world. He would be part of my dream band. So, you know, I'm all over the spectrum when it comes to rock and roll, but I just can't use that aggressive metal on this. So if you saw this and you're like, man, I could do something awesome with that, hey, hit me up on the hit me up even on Facebook, you know, on Petey Gone Mad Arts. I'm there on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, all of them under the same name, Petey Gone Mad Arts. Petey with a Y, P-E-T-E-Y. You know, I'd love to do this with somebody that's a, you know, an up-and-coming, unknown band, and I mean, it has to be more of an instrumental. It'd be kind of hard. I mean, if you wrote something that would actually fit completely with that, that would be awesome, but it's kind of hard to get lyrics to match up with this, with what I'm doing, especially with it being such a long track. I'm probably going to need a track about 15 minutes long, because I want to premiere this all across Periscope and around the world. I want to try to throw a live web unveiling party. So you know, an instrumental is definitely more the way to go. So I'm not, this ain't gonna be launching for at least another 2 weeks probably. So if you got something that, you know, you want to be on this, because I'm going to promote it too. I'm going to put it, you know, when I put it on Facebook, I'm definitely going to boost it. I'm going to boost it. I'm going to give it a pretty heavy boost, actually. I'm going to try to really get it out there all around the country and around the world, because right now I'm just promoting what I do. I mean, most of what I do is photographic bass, but the Petey Gone Mad originals, they come straight out of here. You know, I do them. I do the outlines on Windows Paint, and then I use a couple other programs for all the coloring and detailing and everything. And I have a bunch of computer programs, and even on my phone here and on my tablet, I have apps and programs, and I mix it all together. I use all kinds of stuff to come up with what I come up with. I don't use just one dedicated program. I mean, every picture, when this comes out, every picture that you're going to see on here, it involves at least 10, sometimes as much as 15 different programs, or a combination of swapping back and forth. It could be as much as 30 times going between different programs. So, you know, there's a lot that goes into it to make them, to get what I'm looking for, to get that effect out of each of these pictures. It's not any one program. I can't do it with any one program. So, yeah. Thanks for visiting the lab.